Hi everyone, welcome to Mentroid's Mentor Interview Series. To give you a brief about Mentroid, it's a next generation platform which enables experiential learning by connecting you with your dream mentor. Here, you can select a mentor who has gone through the same journey you wish to go through by filtering on various bases like location, achievements, goals, etc. To introduce you with such a well qualified mentor, today we have Mr. Abhinav Somani, who scored All India Rank 1 in both CLAT as well as ALIT 2022. So, Abhinav, I have a few questions for you. Tell us about your school and journey so far for CLAT. Also, did you take a drop year for preparation, or how did your journey look like?
So I'm a student in Centerpoint School, Nagpur. And for my CLAT preparation, I was enrolled in Career Launch's 2-year classroom program. And I was also in Legal Edge's Super 30 batch. And no, I did not take a drop. I am a fresher and I am in class 12th currently. So I have been preparing since May or June 2021 last year. I can't remember exactly when the classes started.
That's great. Could you share us a few hacks or know-hows which you followed or which you did differently and would want other future CLAT aspirants to follow, like your preparation journey for CLAT?
So a few general tips. First of all, one thing I did is I read the newspaper religiously. Like no matter how tired I was, or there are some days when you just don't want to study anymore. Even on those days, I made sure to read the newspaper. So I followed two newspapers. The first was the Hindu, and the second was the Indian Express. So in Indian Express, I just read the editorials and the explained page. So I read these two newspapers religiously every day, and I think that helped me immensely over these 2 years. Then another tip would be don't be scared of any section. Like I think most people tend to have a deep grudge towards a certain section, and 90% of the time it is maths.
Yeah.
So I would just suggest do not be scared of any section. For what happened with me, for example, I was utterly terrified of maths when I began my CLAT preparation. But eventually I realized that yeah, this is not the maths which I am terrified of. This is not what I am taught in school. This is just simple basic arithmetic. So there really isn't anything to be afraid of in this. So just come to it with an open mind. You don't have to love maths. You just have to do it for the next 1.5 or 2 years. So don't be scared of it. Grit your teeth and do it. And you will do well. Maths can act as a differentiating factor for you. And other than that, I would just suggest give mocks frequently and analyze them. That is equally important. So when you are just beginning to give mocks, give as much time as you require. Give 8 hours, 10 hours, how much time you require to analyze the mock. But just understand where you are going wrong. Understand the mindset of the paper setter and understand what I can do. If there is a consistent trend where you're going wrong in the past 2 to 3 mocks, work on that. Write it down somewhere. Consult your faculties or your mentors, whoever you are in conversation with who is experienced. So you can consult them, ask them for help because they are there to help you, obviously. So just make sure you analyze a mock very, very thoroughly. That's all.
So, Abhinav, since you mentioned that you're in 12th right now, which is again
Yeah.
really remarkable, how did your day look like? How did you balance school studies with your CLAT coaching? What time? How did you devote? Like, how did you schedule your day, manage your time, all of that?
So I started skipping school after November. But before November, my day looked something like I used to wake up at 4:30 and read both the newspapers before going to school. Then I got home from school at about 2, and after having some lunch and all that, I took a short nap to re-energize myself because I used to get really tired by that time. And after that, after waking up and feeling energized, I just did whatever I had planned for the day. Maybe give a mock or just go to classes, study, revise any topic, analyze a mock GK, whatever I had planned.
Okay, Abhinav, one more question. A lot of students, especially I remember when I was preparing for CLAT, I was really scared of droppers. And this is kind of a mindset that droppers have more time as compared to people who are appearing for CLAT with their 12th standard. So, did you also have such mental fears or any other mental blocks that you had, and how did you overcome them?
Not really. I think this might be true for other entrances, but CLAT does not require any external knowledge apart from GK. So, no matter how much time you are able to give to it, there is no other level of preparation you can do because there is no preparing for CLAT. There is no syllabus, and you just have to, it's reading comprehension for 2 hours, basically. So, no, I had no fear of droppers as such. I was a little worried of those people who were great at GK because I was very poor at it. But thankfully, GK was very tough and everyone performed poorly. So that worked out for me.
That's great. Abhinav, what are the things that you, except for whatever we've already discussed, are there any other things that you want future CLAT aspirants to keep in mind specifically, or any tips for them?
I would suggest don't get overconfident with your scores. For example, if there will a time will come where you will begin performing very, very well in mocks, like you'll start touching the higher levels of scores. I would suggest at such a time, don't let your head go into the clouds. Stay grounded. Obviously, be happy if you do well in a mock, but just don't get so happy that it completely derails your preparation. This has personally happened with me that I got too satisfied at some scores, and ultimately that led to a downward spiral, which was quite difficult to control. So I would just suggest keep yourself in check. Be happy when you do well. Obviously, you deserve it. You're working hard. But don't get too happy. And the converse also applies. Obviously, don't be too harsh on yourself. Understand that not every mock can go perfectly. Everyone has a bad day and everyone has a bad mock as well. So just be balanced with yourself. Be happy when you do well, but not too happy. And be critical, but not too critical when you perform poorly.
Absolutely. Abhinav, apart from your parents, do you wish to give credit to any other mentor in your life for all your All India Rank 1 or any other person who helped you in your preparation?
Yes, I would definitely like to thank my mentors, my teachers. I always shared all my mock scores with them, with the sectionals and ranks and everything, and they always helped me. For example, they might notice something I didn't. For example, if I have been performing consistently poorly in a section, I might not notice it. But they pointed out कि you are in the past 2 3 mocks, you are doing poorly in this section consistently. What is going wrong here? Should I help you with it? Are there any concepts where you are lacking? Do you need any help with a particular topic, with a particular section? Or for example, if you sit with them, they might see your mock paper and tell you, ki, see, so you are not that strong in vocabulary, or maybe you are lacking in October month GK. So they will help you with all these things. So I always shared my scores with my mentors, and it helped me immensely because they are a lot more experienced than you are, and they are there to help you. So I think it helped me immensely that I shared my scores with my mentors.
Abhinav, also there is one more misconception that a lot of people ask you for how many mocks are an ideal number to attempt before the CLAT paper, or what is the ideal timeline after which you should start attempting mocks, how many mocks you should attempt every week, all these questions. Do you feel that there's a fixed number of mocks that one should attempt, or how should one go about giving mocks?
Not really. It depends on you. For example, I found it quite tedious and boring to solve the study material. So I always preferred giving a mock to solving any study material because, well, it helps you revise all the sections at the same time. So I always preferred giving a mock to the study material. But then, even then, if I was doing consistently poorly in a section, I did solve the study material for that section to get better at it. So there is really no ideal number of mocks. Whichever works, you can go with whatever works for you, really. Like everyone, it will suit. You can try out different frequencies each month, each week, and you can find out the good balance. Key, what is a good number of mocks which I can give and analyze. So there is no set number for each individual. You will have to experiment and find out.
Absolutely. Just last question. How important do you think having a personal mentor for your CLAT preparation or in general for in life is? What is the importance that you would give to a personal mentor compared to other your teachers, your coaching teachers, etc.?
I think it would be great because that person has been through what you are going through currently. So they know exactly how you are feeling. They know all the fears and anxieties of your mind. So I think it would be immensely helpful to have a personal mentor whom you can share your scores with, whom you can share your happiness with, whom you can cry with if you perform very poorly in a particular mock. So yeah, I think it would be a great help, a personal mentor. And well, obviously, even leaving the academics aside, if any sort of moral support is really helpful, especially in the last few months when the anxiety really starts kicking in, I think that's when a personal mentor would play the biggest possible role. So I think, yeah, it would be immensely helpful to any aspirant.
That's it from our side, Abhinav. Congratulations once again, and thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for watching. As we all saw, a personal mentor really helped Abhinav in his journey towards CLAT. We at Mentroid are driven with the aim of making affordable personal mentorship accessible to all. We're a startup right now. Until our website becomes functional, you can reach out to us via email or on our social media platforms. Thank you.